And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. Says we're live, but are we actually live?
Doesn't look like it just yet.
So, okay. Oh, yep, we are in fact live. Awesome. All right. Hello, everyone. Ace here. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm joined today with returning guest Alpharius.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream, Alpharius. And today we are back with some more High Republic adventures. Alpharius was asking me what happened these past few issues in High Republic here, and adventures here, and I remember High Republic ending, only to find out there'd be a Phase 4. But now I'm starting to get flashbacks of what I witnessed with this comic book series here. So the last issue had some of the very worst art I have ever seen in this entire series.
You're joking, right?
To prove what I'm talking about, let's actually look at some of the examples.
Oh no.
So it started out not too atrocious compared to what we've been used to, but it very quickly went to shit with some of the artwork, like on issue 7, page 8, what they did to Crick's Camerat's nose is they made it look like a thumb or somebody's big toe.
Oh my god!
You see it too.
What the hell?
So yeah, that was the artwork that was some of the artwork we were getting, and then it gets even better with some of it. Like if we get to. Oh yeah, much of it was a plot about. Much of it was a side plot about the two lesbians trying to propose to each other and talking to their friends about that, because that was the really interesting thing in the entire comic, I'm sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going through this and I'm just remembering the nightmares. Continue.
What the hell is that afro?
Yeah.
Never.
Here's where it really okay, so issue 11, page 16. That top panel is the stuff of fucking legends for how awful it is.
What?
Here's why. So, first off, the lack of quality in general, meaning the lack of detail. Secondly, though, they fucked up the perspective. So, the parts towards the rear of the panel, you see that in the background it's side on, but once you get to the other stuff, it's at an isometric angle. They fucked up the perspective in that panel that badly.
How did...
I don't know.
The fuck?
But we also got to see some more terrible artwork here and there too as well, especially when it comes to eyes. So thinking of trying to find some really, really, really memeable examples.
Oh my god, page 17.
Oh.
That looks like a goblin.
But the one so another one that's really, I would say, up there, page 20.
Page 20, let's see.
First off, the middle right panel. What the fuck is that face? But then, the other, where it really turns to shit, is the very bottom panel. Farzala's eyes on the left-hand side there. What the fuck did they do to them?
Why?
The chick in the back, of course, gets the low
details.
Detail treatment.
Yeah, average Bethesda NPC when you walk right out of their range.
And then there is the very next page, the bottom panel, the kid's face in the back there, more specifically the eyes. What the fuck have they done there?
never. Who fucking drew this?
Let's find out. It's gonna be in the credits, so.
No.
Pencils by Harvey Talabau, inks by LeBeau Underwood, and Elisabetta Di Macchio. Color by Michael Ataya. So that's the people that are responsible.
Good God. These people should never... What
Maybe
did
also,
they draw to get hired?
Maybe also the digital art technician and Gray. The fact that there is a digital art technician on this and they still fuck this up like this. So this is an improvement. The digital art technician, I'm assuming, is basically the artwork version of an editor, and they still fucked it up this badly.
I mean, Jesus.
Maybe the designer as well. I don't fucking know. There's also creative art management here as well, and an art director. This was directed to be this shit.
As George taught us, a bad director can tear down so much.
Mm-hmm. In George Lucas's case, it wasn't even really a bad director per se, so much as a director not given any constraints whatsoever.
Yeah. You're right.
Though, in retrospect, I do think we probably should have... I think he probably should have gone with at least some more of the original vision of Jar Jar being the main villain, secretly.
Yes! He should have stuck with it. He's a coward.
If he had stuck with it, I think people would have looked at Episode 2 way more positively.
Genuinely. Would have been one of the biggest twists in all of movie history.
It would have been a twist that took multiple movies to actually show, but then people would be looking back at it for fucking decades and how genius it was that he slipped in clues even in Episode 1.
It's great. Oh, God. I want to live in the timeline where that's true.
Me too. That is definitely up there with... Yeah. So that's where we were on Episode 7. I think Episode 6 has also had some... Were you around for Episode 6 or Issue 6? I
don't think I was.
That also had some pretty atrocious artwork.
Let's give it a look.
In fact, it has a solid contender for some of the worst as well.
Oh my God, what happened to your eyes?
Okay, so page 14, the middle panel there. Just so much fucking wrong with it.
Yeah, what?
They gave up on drawing the background.
Yeah, there's no lines, it just fades into shapes.
They gave up. What's sad, though, is they actually, on one side there, they put more effort on the left-hand side of the background than they did for some of the actual characters.
Yeah! The hell?
So, there was that. There's certain panels where it's very clear that they ran out of time to draw a background period, like the bottom right panel there.
Yeah, there's just nothing.
And then when they do put in detail, you get stuff like, well, let me show you a really good example of some of the god-awful atrocities to art we had to witness. Page 21, the bottom right panel.
Yeah, well, let's see. It can't be that. Oh my God!
Yes!
Oh my God!
Yes!
What?
That is an image that will be forever burned into my mind for all the wrong reasons.
If that was from an '80s movies, half the millennials would have nightmares about it. Holy shit!
This is kind of entering Uncanny Valley territory in all the worst ways for me.
It is. It's like her jaw. It's like her mouth is splitting open.
this is... I expect this artwork here to end up in a creepypasta of some sort. Like, this comic book is going to end up being viewed as cursed and haunted decades down the line once everyone forgot about how awful High Republic in general is.
Oh, God.
I half expect someone to make an AI generated video where one of these faces comes to life and tries to eat the viewer.
Every copy of High Republic is personalized. Oh, God.
I love how the top right panel on that page looks like Farzala farted or something, and everyone is just giving him the eye. Like, seriously, bro? Either that or they're starting to make fun of him for it.
God.
That's what it looks like.
It does! It's like every page there's something absolutely terrible. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Except the only thing it's giving is nightmares.
This comic book series is basically the Nurgle of comic book series. It's the gift that keeps on giving, alright.
Oh my God, what did they do to Yoda?
Which issue? Which page?
Issue 6, page 11.
Okay, let's see what they did to Yoda.
What did they do?
Oh, Yoda, what have they done to you? It's
you
like
your ketamine addiction get too far, man.
Okay, so looking at the various panels, look at this. It's like if a video game character just slowly rendered in and getting more and more detail, and it keeps getting worse the more he renders in. That's what it looks like, because the first panel unironically does not look as trash as the third panel, just because he's not as detailed to be as trash.
You're right. Oh. And what happened to the dude's eyes on the bottom left?
Oh yeah, that too. He's not the only one. He's not the only one. The chick in the middle on that bottom panel also has some odd eyes. I love how in the top right panel you have a character saying "Oh no," but with a shit-eating grin on her face in the top right panel.
This is awful. It's so terrible.
Yeah. So, drawing eyes correctly is difficult for these artists. It's not the only image in there by far. If you go to page 15, you'll see the chick driving. Her eyes are also messed up. Not as badly, but yeah, it's definitely there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Page 16, the chick on the left. Eyes are slightly off again.
This is horrible.
Yes, it is. So, let's actually get into the current issue, shall we?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I almost forgot. One more thing. Going back to issue 6, the front cover. Take a look at the alien in the background and his eyes. The miniature Wookiee.
Let's just see here. They just gave up!
And this is the front cover. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like at its absolute best. Speaking of giving up, let's look at the latest issue's front cover, where it proudly says a century before the Acolyte. So, the other High Republic series, when they show the a century before the Acolyte's tag, they actually have special artwork surrounding the Acolyte part.
Oh?
To try to make it look at least a little bit nicer. This does not have that. They actually half-assed the Acolyte logo.
Oh my god. Was this issue released after it had already finished its run, or?
Yep.
Well, maybe that's why. Maybe they realized it was just that indefensible.
Maybe.
What the hell?
But, just shy of 20 minutes in, let's go ahead and actually get into the actual comic itself. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, The Evacuation Run Part 2. Let's see how many people wrote this. So we have Daniel Jose Older, we have 2 letterers. That's 3 people there. An editor, 4, assistant editor, 5. 5 people there. Then we have the senior editor, 6, associate editor, 7, and then the Lucasfilm story group, 8, 9, and 10. So at least 10 people had to read the plot of this comic before it became publicly available.
At this rate, they might as well just stop paying the editors and putting them on here. The product won't be that much worse.
I think they are starting to do that a little bit, because I've noticed a decrease in the number of names in this case. It used to be there was 12 or 13 people. Now we're down to just 10. We're getting somewhere, slowly.
Yeah, I have no idea how happy it makes me to hear that. They're probably just being transferred to some other position, though, but who knows?
Who knows? Maybe they had some really spicy takes about Israel or something, and Disney had enough of it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Uro says, by the way, I'm pretty sure YouTube is showing Ace no comments, or he would have spent more minutes reading our tardations. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I have actually been... I have seen the comments, but I've been trying to get through this. But you know what? Let's go ahead and read some. She says, hello. Uro says, incoming suffering. Hey, Siege. Siege says, hey, Oros. Coffee is ready. My body is fueled. Let the tism commenced. Uro says, your body may have energy, but nothing can help you through the trials that are to come. For no one can live through the high tar boss mob monster of the current year. Siege says, Uro's true, the damage to my soul and mind may be great, but as long as I still breathe, there is hope for return to sanity post-comic. Uro says, I think you meant to say, so long as there is coffee, there is hope. Siege says, lol, no, IRL is hard than the comic will ever be. Uro says, this just-in stream is live. Ace had hope YouTube died so he didn't have to suffer through this shit, but hope died quicker than the integrity owned by the writer of this Uro says, true, but it doesn't help when a fantasy is also craptastic and not crap as in the 40k. There's only DACA, but more along the lines of Tard Wrangler needed to keep this in order. Or says to me, you have to give this comic credit about one thing. They are consistently getting worse. Sadly, yes. As Siege says, to Oros, just chowed down on my first filling meal I've had this week. My blood is warm. This comic can do its worst. And Oros says in the comic book, personally, Siege says, Orcish. Oros says the kid got so many shrooms, so many shrooms. Sound like French names, those artists. I should have seen it coming. Siege says the ink job is far too hard to be consistent. It's horrible to look at. The blacks are too hard, I mean, lol. Oh no. Uru says, just don't call. Okay, yep, okay, fine. I'm not sure I can get away with that on YouTube. Uru says, going a good 15 minutes of dodging reading the comic. Good average for the High Republic. Siege says, is laughing, says awful. Dude in the middle's eyes. Urus says, I went to Allahu Akbar, this damn comic. Siege says, oh no. Urus says the desire just keeps growing stronger. Oh no, the storm wall has expanded anyway. Siege says to Urus, shall we crusade together, my Islamic brother? Snore. And dude, what the fuck? Urus says to Siege, I dare you, my good sire, it is time to Deus Vult. Siege says, okay, for real. Back when I interviewed for my old job with a tiny comic studio, I was told doing eyes and faces like this was an instant rejection. My, how this medium has fallen into ruin unreal. And he says to Urus, Deus Vult. Indeed, Deus Vult. Urus says, by the way, I'm pretty sure YouTube... Okay. Yep, okay. We are now up to date on the comments, assuming that no more have been added, and I'm going to double check because, YouTube. Yes, no more have been added, so we can continue finding. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. The High Republic, Daughters of No World. With the Nahil storm wall right at the edge of Eridu, our heroes rush to evacuate children and non-essential personnel from there and the surrounding area so they can brace for the falling within the dreaded occlusion zone. Cut off from the rest of the Republic and open to attack, on their way back from an airlift, Lula, Zine, Court, Zint, and Farzala come under heavy fire over the Briefrang city. Meanwhile, Krix Camerat has slipped away from Crash and her crew, with whom he'd been plotting an attempt on Markion Ro's life. Taking matters into his own hands, Krix makes it to the base ship of the Eye of the Nahil, where his contact Crank Flat awaits. Some of these names. Crank Flat.
Well, I'm sure there have been... I'm sure in real life there have been sillier ones, I suppose. I can cut it slack with that.
Yeah.
And besides, I'm fine with Metal Gear, so...
Alright, now let's go ahead and continue the madness. The skies over Briefrang City, Eridu.
Who's speaking here?
Let's see. It's Farzal. Holy shit! Okay, let's not get to that yet. Let's just get to the lines, and then I will start bitching.
Alright. I'll voice him then.
Alright.
Forward engines are down! Shields almost fully depleted! In short, we're crashing!
Those fucking eyes again!
It's so terrible!
Holy shit, this is awful. The line work is way too heavy too, I noticed, because I think that's actually directly contributing to why they're not putting as much quality into the background. Because look at that kid's face in the background. The lines are so thick. I don't really think you could get away with that much detail.
What do you mean we have too much spare panel space? Make the lines thicker!
The door behind, look how fucking thick the lining is on that. And also inconsistent because the lines disappear at parts anyways.
Oh, God.
Alright. We noticed. I love how she's saying that we noticed we're crashing with a smile on her face and a shit-eating grin, like, with those eyes shut, like, what the fuck is this artwork?
It's bad, that's what it is. Click, 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 click.
There's too many of them.
Can we at least try to crash away from the city? Doing my best, but it's not gonna matter if there's nothing left of us to crash.
We have to get out of here, Zit. We have to get Zit out of here.
They'll blow an escape pod right out of the sky.
Also, again, with the artwork, look at Zent's eyes there.
Oh, wait, I mixed the two characters up. Oh my god.
What did they do to that eye on the right? The bottom part there?
What happened to your eyes?
Are they adding bags under the eyes of a kid? Why?
I guess because he's been piloting a lot, I guess.
Alright, let's continue the stupidity.
Alright, see, you were supposed to voice the blue one. My mistake.
Alright. They'll blow an escape pod right out of the sky.
True! Unless...
Within the gaze electric. What the fuck? That first page again, the lack of detail.
They don't try. They know they're gonna get a paycheck and they just don't care.
And the next panel, they gave him a Gigajad face.
That's supposed to be a dude?
Yes. And what the fuck have they done to his hand?
Oh my god!
Oh no.
He's turning! He's turning into a Birdman! What?
He's being corrupted by Zinch.
It's so terrible! Oh, God.
I actually have to look at something from the previous issue because I'm pretty sure he was also... I'm going to be bitching about this if this is the case. Yes! Yes! Of course! So, the last issue, page 17, he's supposed to have 2 gloves on, not 1!
Oh my god. This...
Holy hell! Did they fuck up this artwork?
They just...
Okay, let's see how many people had to look at the artwork before it became publicly available. So we got the penciler, 1. 2 people on inks, so that's 3. Cover... Well, I'm not going to bother the cover art too much, but I will get the color art.
It looks like on that same page...
Alright, so we're up to 4 people. Are you there?
Yeah, I got disconnected for a second for some reason.
Alright, so I'm checking the number of people that were irresponsible for the artwork here. So we got the penciler, 2 people on inks, and someone on the color. So that is 4 people right there, right? Digital art technician, 5. Let's see. Art director, 6. Creative art manager, 7. So at least 7 people had to see the artwork and approve of the artwork. At least.
Catastrophic. They're just passing this along their desk to make it somebody else's problem. So nobody tries anything.
And no one at any point thought, maybe this hand here's fucked up and needs to be done properly. Holy shit, though, that other image, they drew him without the gloves in, but look at his arm on the right there, on the first panel there again. They made him into an amputee.
God. Made both his arms just sticks. It's like the Charger from Left 4 Dead.
Okay, I'm going to I'm going to do his voice here, and I'm going to give him the same voice I've always given him. So, Urus says, "Why not just throw a glob of ink at the page and call it a day? Would have the same quality, perhaps even better." I'm reminded of how people have been selling art drawn by elephants, and I'm pretty sure that would have better artistic value than this.
Right.
Anyways, hello? This is what I get for trusting a guy named...
Commander Camera.
Gah! Thumb. I love how the blaster isn't even lined up with where the shot landed.
Right?
How do you fuck that up?
They didn't even add the movement thing to make it see. If that's what they were going for, they didn't add the movement swirl, so they just fucked it up.
Also, what the fuck did they do to his nose, too, again?
Oh no, what did they... Oh, no.
Someone's gonna be shutting this shit down.
It's like Steven Universe. The art's just so inconsistent.
It's like a video I saw on YouTube called Steamed Hams, but they changed the artist every few seconds.
God, you're right.
And the glove's back on! Holy shit! Oh my god, it's like video game graphics. It failed to render at a certain distance. And holy shit, what the fuck have they done to his face now? He looks like a completely different person.
He looks like the Millions Must Die caricature. All he needs are the glasses. Somebody edit that right now. Holy shit, I'm gonna...
The starlight has fallen. Millions must suffer. Oh no.
God.
Stay back.
It's me, Commander. Crank flat.
Is it? Well, don't ever sneak up on me again.
No, of course. Come, please, right this way. We don't have much time.
His face looks completely different every single time. And why are they giving him claws on the end of his hands on that bottom left panel?
I don't know. The eye is off off ship, but he could return at any moment. And he's loyal, sir.
Oh my god! It gets even worse! Look at his arm okay, so first off, look at his hand on the left-hand side on that bottom right panel. It is fucking backwards!
Oh my god!
They drew it backwards. It gets even better. Look at the arm. It gets way too skinny around the wrist. He looks legitimately like he got one of those. He looks legitimately like he got one of those female to male surgeries. Is what he looks like.
Well, I guess they tell illustrators to draw what they know.
And then there is the hand on the right. What the fuck is wrong with his pinky? Why is it so far down?
His hand is backwards!
That one's backwards too! Holy shit!
That was drawn by an AI! That had to be! That hand looks like it was drawn by an AI.
The hand is backwards. For no reason.
The pinky and the thumb, I can't tell which is which.
The pinky is way too far down. So his hand looks like a rhombozoid, where you have the pinky on one edge of the rhombozoid and the thumb's on the other.
This is just... They gave up!
Oh my god! Is there anything else to bitch about? There's... Holy shit, the bottom panel! The eyes are once again out of alignment!
Come with me if you want to live!
Siege says the background is borked as well. This is a catastrophe for the eyes. How did they get hired? Presumably by sleeping with Kathleen Kennedy or something. Like, that's the only way she gets any romantic attention anymore, I assume, or something. But it's not worth it. Okay. Okay. Let's continue, please.
His loyal servants are every... Well, hello!
Who's every what? So, at least they didn't manage to fuck up the eyes too much here. But that's because one of the people does not have pupils at all. I'm looking to see if they fucked up anything at all at this point, because holy shit, that past page.
They just make this page first and then just gave up when they made everything else. I'm starting to think that might just be their modus operandi. They make one page where they actually give a damn, and then just... they don't.
Let's see if that holds true. Next page. Yep! Holy shit! We're already in for some fun time here with this. So, top panel. Girl Lula's eyes on the right. Once again. One
Everybody here has lazy eye.
Yeah. I'm kind of certain, too, that Zine's the same way with the left-hand side there.
Oh, yeah.
Zint, maybe a little bit, but it's nowhere near as noticeable as the other two. And also, look at the face that Lula's making on the right-hand side there. What the fuck is that face?
I don't know. This is... it's wonderfully terrible.
Oh, wait, that's your line. My bad.
Lord, come with me! Lula, take over for him! Zine!
I'll shoot.
Those nail ships won't blast the escape pod out of the sky if we're the ones in them. What?
So they're going to board the ships. Why aren't they just doing that anyways?
Yeah, I mean, why wasn't that your first option? You're Jedi. I mean, if Mace Windu could do it to a droid ship, I'm sure you guys will be fine.
Yeah. I mean, Mace Windu did it. I think, technically, didn't Obi-Wan do it a little bit if you played the Star Wars Obi-Wan game? Oh, well. This next page... already the artwork is turning to crap because they went with a shot from a distance, which, presumably so they didn't have to draw as much. So we got the face on the right-hand side there, which is... I don't know what the fuck they're going there, but okay. Anyways, let's continue the pain.
Fire!
Crank flat.
Aren't you supposed to be adjusting minutiae on the itinerary that will be ignored?
No, who's your friend?
I don't have friends, just people I decided not to kill today.
Wait, isn't that... Yes, it's me. It's I, Commander Crix Camerat, at your service. Wait, did he always have that scar?
Hold on, let's go look. Nope.
So he has some panels, but even then, it's not like that. There's only one stripe on the scar, not two. So if we go back to this page...
No scar. He's not gonna...
Okay, he does only have one there. It's just they gave him a weird jawline again. So he does have a scar, but not... But they just fucked up the artwork again. Commander... I love how also they didn't draw in the background, because once again, drawing in backgrounds is hard. Yes, you may have heard of me and the many legends attributed to me. I did actually break out of a Republic prison single-handedly when... So you're the one to whom I've been sending the body parts of assassins you've sent to kill the Eye. Holy shit, what is wrong with her face?
It seems like she suddenly aged 60 years.
Yes. His face isn't much better, too. What? Is that what you heard? That's an extremely misleading interpretation of the facts. We're going to get an issue critiquing misinformation, aren't we? Which is really funny coming from Disney as a company. Guys, don't you know that the Hunchback of Notre Dame story ended happily ever after? I think you should come with me.
It's here.
Huh? Arathub, take them. I love how this kid just openly runs his mouth and gets himself into bigger trouble immediately after being told that supporters of Markion Row are everywhere.
Right.
At this point, I'm more bitching about the artwork than I am the writing, which I suppose Daniel Jose Older is probably thankful for.
Yeah.
But that's not because the writing is good. It's just that the actual artwork, as terrible as the writing is so far, the artwork is just as shit at this point. And speaking of, that middle panel, the bottom middle panel, I mean, that face that he is making. It just continues.
It's so terrible.
Speaking of terrible artwork, next page. The lack of drawing shit in now. Just, that is one of the shittiest looking lightsabers I've ever seen in a Star Wars comic. On that left panel there. And you can see Quartz arms are just melting into the lightsaber too. And into each other. Because they didn't draw any lines to separate them.
An AI would make a better product than this.
Nathan
I don't say that lightly.
Wait. Nathan X2000 says soy jack face. Yes! That middle bottom panel from the previous page, that is a fucking soy jack face.
It is! Oh, shit.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Next page, then?
Yes.
Lest you thought I forgot your moves on Takodana.
Heh.
Up, over, and down.
Okay. Congratulations, you have said 3 words in succession that I don't understand.
I guess he did a flip.
4 words, actually.
That's a neat trick.
You're definitely going to regret this, Crankflat. So they didn't even escape. What was the point of that fucking plan, then?
To tie them up, I guess.
What? Why didn't we get...
I don't know.
Wait, so they... Did we fucking skip a page?
It feels like it.
So, some shit happened off screen that we're not allowed to see, where Crankflats gets captured by the girl here, and where the big burly dude gets captured by Crix. And we're not given any explanation how that happened. Where the fuck these characters are. This is not how you do artwork. This is not how you do plot, Daniel Jose Older. Watch this be some sort of shitty backstory that where they'll immediately go to 2 seconds later, and it just doesn't make any sense why he decided to do that.
Oh, God.
Let's continue this pain. You're definitely going to regret this, Crankflat.
Well, I already did it, so too late for that. All that. Sit tight for a bit. Thanks. Listen closely, boy. You should have killed me.
Well, you'll thank me one day when I've taken over as Supreme Chancellor and made you part of my elite guard.
You should have!
One day, but not today. Are they trying to...
Well,
so now we're getting a Star Trek reference too.
Oh, that's
Perhaps,
wonderful.
but not today. Also, the alien, they fucked up his eyes too. They actually put one of the eyes higher than the other on that bottom right panel there.
Oh, that's great. They can't stop screwing things up.
No, they cannot. Alright, Zine. Send her off and we'll escort the escape pod to a safe landing. Why aren't you just letting her stay with you guys in the ship? It would be fewer stuff to escort. It would be easier if you all stayed on the fucking ship at that point. Or at least all abandon it in the same escape pod. All you're doing is dividing your forces up, making it harder to actually escort the ship.
Ace, keep reading. I want to read the next panel.
Okay. I don't know
Just come eat my charred starship. Ride the storm. Wait, get out of there. There's an idle ship heading straight for it.
Thumb.
Please, please, God. Please, 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 please let them be dead.
They
Please,
unexpectedly survived.
Fuck.
There's a massive hole right where they fucking are because the ship broke in fucking half. None of them have been sucked out. They're all perfectly fine. Fuck you, Daniel Jose Older.
Fuck you.
And while we're at it, fuck the artwork too, because holy shit. Okay, back to page 16. Back to page 16. Look at the bottom middle panel there. It looks like they're fucking cheering on the fact that the ship kamikazed. Court is just basically going, yeah! Like his team just scored a goal.
He just got 9/11 and then just walked it off.
That shit happens more often than you might think in this comic, unfortunately. And onward on the subject, once again, the artwork. Page 17, top panel. What is wrong with
middle panels? Every panel.
Holy shit. Holy shit, that is awful.
I'm done. No more critiquing the art. We're going to be here for another 10 hours. What the
We're close. We only have 8 more pages, and that's assuming we're close.
What do we...
Jump!
Jump now!
They're not even drawing the fingers correctly, either, and all that. But holy shit, you're right. We'd be here all day if I keep critiquing it. And then the next panel, they go for the highest quality stuff possible.
I'm telling you, there's just like there's like 2 or 3 panels they put all of the work into, and then just say fuck it, I don't care anymore, and then just give up on everything else. That has to be what's going on.
Yes.
That is genuinely horrible.
Yeah. And speaking of, next panel, back to the shitty artwork. That one first panel there, holy fuck. Don't you think, won't they, you know...
Sorry. What, dedicate the rest of their lives to hunting us down and killing us?
Something like that.
No. You have any idea how much backstabbing and power playing goes on at every level of the Nahil leadership?
You'd think this kid would know, considering he's a commander in the Nahil.
Yeah. Right?
Well, sure, but this is Mark-Jan Rowe we're talking about.
It's like they're all just the same character. Look, kid, I've been around for a while now, and one thing I've learned is there's plenty of songs and stories, and many of them are true. Just like with you. And just like with you, plenty are not.
Well, what the fuck have they done to his face this time on these panels?
I don't know.
The top right panel there looks like it needs to be made into a meme just from that disgust reaction that he's providing. The bottom middle panel is once again another shut it down moment.
It's horrible.
And then the very bottom panel, once again, we're missing a mouth.
Yep. But at the end of the day, Mark-Jan Rowe is not a demon or a god. He's just a man like any other. Blaster bolts don't care what his job title is. After you, sir.
Well, in that case, let's go mess with his favorite toy.
We took a lot of damage from being so close to that explosion, so...
Which is why all of you are perfectly fine, but the ship is fucked up. But the actual people inside the ship are fine, for no explicable reason. I say fine, but holy shit, some of this artwork, once again. Look at Court's head. They made him look like Megamind.
Why do we always end up squished into these tiny ships?
Oof!
Hold on tight.
Tum tum.
How many crashes have these people survived? I need to know.
Some of these people have survived crashing into a fucking planet from space by their own person. But the answer is way too fucking many times. It's like Joseph Joestar. Crashes every single time he takes off.
Oh, God.
Also on that subject, let's talk about the artwork yet again. Look at the eyes on, I think it's Lula there. On that top panel. The eyes are once again off.
Oh my God. It's so terrible.
Court looks like he's having a blast with that laughing smile there on his face.
You know, after almost dying.
Zine is having a blast because she's also smiling as she pushes the debris out of the way.
We made it. Everyone okay? We're okay. Woo.
Fuck you, Daniel Jose Older. And also, once again, this artwork. Just Lula, Zine, Farzala in the back. Holy shit, what did they do to Farzala's face here?
Oh, God.
Why is the debris all the way in the background, most of it, and yet they're up front here? Did they get flung from the crash that far? Did the ship break up that much?
Maybe it just showed them walking away. Maybe they just walked away off panel.
Then why would they ask just now if everyone's okay? Why are they all just starting to stand up?
I have no idea.
No. No more waiting for the right moment. Wait, right.
Oh,
Alright,
you still have...
Alright, never mind. Lula, can I talk to you,
Wait, hang on. Let me just get something.
No more waiting for the right moment. We keep almost dying, and all I can think of is what if I die without telling you the most important thing in the world. That I want you to be my wife? Ding. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Yes?
They actually managed to fuck up the eyes in the really high quality artwork too. Because if you look at Lula's eye there.
Oh my God, their eyes are balanced. Their eyes are in the same place.
Yes, but the eye on the right hand side of there is fucked up. The eye on the left hand side there is fucked up. If you look at the pupils. I assume this is supposed to be a tear going from her cheek to her coat or whatever, but it looks fucking atrocious and it looks like they just didn't draw the coat in properly.
Wow. You're right.
Zine is not even looking at Lula in the eyes. She's looking down at her chest. My eyes are up here, you know. And Farzala is apparently having a big shit-eating grin for no explicable reason now. In the background on the left-hand side. Court is apparently traumatized by this from that image on the right.
Sorry. Just call me for that.
Alright, let's continue the pain.
Ugh.
Court, are you there? Oh, wait, you voice that character, my bad.
Okay. Court, are you there?
Not now, Jacoby. Something amazing is happening.
No, you don't understand. Listen, everyone, we just got word. The National storm walls crossed our area, do. We're now fully within the exclusion zone.
To be continued. I like
I
how
like how those two
Lula...
are still smiling,
Yes.
despite the fact that they're all doomed.
Yep.
What a
And
shitty comic.
once again, Lula's face on the right. That face. What the fuck did they do to her nose?
Looks like she just got hit by a fucking pan.
If you do not give us the combination, we will give your princess her original nose. Okay. The pain is officially over. For now.
Please, God, have this series be cancelled.
For the love of God, let it die. So, Nathan, thoughts on this particular issue?
Ooh, I found the comment. Big cliffhanger is that lesbians exist. That's a 2020 Marvel comic, alright.
Yep. Thank you, Sarter. That is exactly the comment that we need.
Ugh.
This is one of the worst things High Republic related. Just from the sheer shittiness of the artwork. This is some of the worst artwork I've ever seen. The only competition is the previous 2 issues of this series.
Oh, God.
Holy shit. To be fair, the regular High Republic series is also having some really shitty artwork too, with some real inconsistencies. Like characters with 3 fingers suddenly magically putting on a 5-finger glove and suddenly having 5 fingers. Or characters that don't wear shoes suddenly wearing shoes. From panel to panel.
Ugh, God.
Ah, fuck, that was awful.
This is legit one of the worst. Yeah, this is definitely one of the worst issues.
Yeah.
If for the art alone, which that's not the only problem.
Holy shit, the artwork. Just holy shit.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Uh,
So many people need to be fired.
yes. Alright,
God.
let's read some of the comments here. Siege says 2 inkers and they both equally suck. Aura says, why not just throw a glob of ink? Siege says the proportions are so borked. Aura says, luckily this comic already let us down the moment the High Republic was born, so there are no expectations to subvert. Siege says this one is on the illustrator. What is with his hand? Aura says, I see medical technology was indeed advanced in the High Republic's time. Why Rubber Bones is truly an amazing biotech to give anyone. Makes sure the impossible becomes reality. I want to unmake these artists. Siege says the background is borked as well. This is a catastrophe for my eyes. How do they get hired? That is the question everyone is asking. Siege says, if I were employed and on this project as lead inker, I would redraw the whole comic just to prove them wrong and save our reputations. Ura says, oh look, people we didn't see for a while. People who also didn't want to return to this comic. Siege says, what reputation? They got exterminatus it a while ago. Siege says, then lord it over for as long as the company allows them to exist within the workplace. Many artists like this simply don't have their contracts renewed. I wish that would happen to these artists. Aura says, okay, lording anything over these people is easy enough, but it is also a noble goal, Siege. I wish you could have the chance just for the lulz. Siege says, if there's an if there, it's hypothetical. The answer to your question, my own rep. I would never want my name to attach to dog shit like this. Understandable. Aura says, Siege, no one wants their name attached to this crap, which makes me wonder how they still have people working on this. Because no one is going to find work anywhere else now. Siege says to Horus, my guess would be never-ending staff turnover, taking advantage of newbies, paying them crap, and driving away anyone with talent. It's a vicious cycle. Horus says, wouldn't have surprised me if consistency was non-existent, though. True and vicious does not do this justice anymore, but still accurate. Siege is laughing. Ura says, yes, the usual incompetence of every character in this comic. That is new news, sadly. Siege says, the artwork is so bad, I don't know what happened. Nathan says, soy jackface. Siege says, lasers. Says, Siege says, lol, up, left, down, square. Ura says, man, a culture I see. Siege says, smoke bomb. Nico says, good to see the eyesore hasn't changed. Hey, Nico. No, it's still in that downward slope, spiraling out of control as if it's the only goal. Nico says, must resist fixing artwork. Ora says, holy shit, then he'll now go all witness speed tactics. Alpharius, these characters have more doubles than you. Nathan says, Chancellor, then he'll hit the second tower. Siege says, damn, survived for some reason. Urus says, plot armor is super abundant in High Republic. Nico says, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Siege says, incredible, we can do it, lads. Nico says, the art, it burns my eyes. Siege says, why is this splash page? Urus says, girl bosses don't look at explosions or the mirror when doing makeup. Siege says, art director, seriously, like for real, is that person doing their job or just collecting a salary? Nico says, blondie looking like your average Brit bong. Right up there with oi mate, do you have a license for that joke or something? Insert whatever here, really. Urus says to Siege, you know they just come in to get paid. Siege says, Urus, or held hostage. I'm going with the worst option I think of. The levels of gay. Nathan says, Nokia phone levels of plot armor thickness. Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Nico says, someone make a game of them crashing, hitting the bullseye actually kills them. Siege says, crash land, 0 Fs given, no face people. Urus says, no, let them cook, Siege. They are better off without a face. Nico says, Afro and Pinky with no faces fitting. Siege says, they popped out of the sand like cardboard cutouts when that guy spoke. Oh, God. Urus says, I want to cut my wrists. Siege says, fuck you, Disney. Urus says, the worst fucking plot ever. Nathan says, Star Wars Attack of the Clan Smashers. Siege says, lesbians in space. Urus says, now they will train with a laser scissor. Siege says, I need more coffee and drugs. Nico says, Star Wars, Revenge of the Alt Jedi. Siege says, I joke, drugs are bad, kids. These artists are off their meds. Nico says, Star Wars, A New Hope.
Also, once this stream is over, I have something that this comic reminded me of.
Okay. Urus says something amazing. The only amazing thing here would be if the universe imploded. Nico says, Star Wars, the Emperor claps back. Urus says, the Emperor would not waste his time in this version of the galaxy. Siege says, we did it. Holy balls, guys. So, bets on how long until it gets cancelled. Urus says, there is shit and there is shit. Siege. Urus says, no bets, fuck it. Nothing has to do with money or time should be wasted on this. Nico says, Star Wars, Return of the Jihad.
I wish Paul would just roll up here and kill everyone.
Siege says to Urus, oh, it's just one of those family-friendly ones where we all find out later how hard it crashed and burned. Urus says, Siege, then I say, before next year's summer. Siege says, Allahu Akbar. I'd do it too. I'm laughing. Okay, we've gotten through the comments. We have read the comic. And oh my god.
Over.
That was one of the worst... That was one of the most painful streams I've ever done.
Ugh.
I'm reminded of the god-awful experience I had getting a root canal earlier this year.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Where it kept getting worse the more I overheard the dentist and the nurse talking.
Oh, God.
First off, I wasn't completely numb.
Oh.
So the dentist said, well, we're going to have to drill in a little bit further to get to the nerve, so if that doesn't work, just hold on to the seat.
Oh.
That's a pleasant thing to be told. Then they're trying to judge the depth of the different nerves, and the nurse is giving him estimates. At one point, she gives him an estimate. He says, are you sure it's not this? And she says, no, it's this. And he goes, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm reminded of that, but on reflection, At least that I got drugged up for the fuck out of eventually for. Unlike this.
Ay, ay,
ay. Nico says you did a good job. He says, yeah, that'd do it. So yeah, that's what I'm reminded of. Also, root canals, I found out right then and there, are not a short experience. They take close to 2 hours. At least this only took 1 hour and 15 minutes. Or says the High Republic is like doing surgery and being told, yeah, sorry, but no anesthesia left, so bite the pill. At least, here's the thing, right? If we're talking about back in the day when surgeries like amputations and shit were done without anesthesia, those tended to be done pretty quickly, as in they would perform the surgery within fucking seconds. Because the whole point was to minimize, the fastest way was to just get it done and over with.
Yeah.
Which is why they basically had got surgeons back then just say, time me, gentlemen, time me. Just to show, because they were basically speedrunning that shit. So say what you will about surgeries back in the Victorian, at least they got fucking done and over with quickly.
Yeah.
Siege says things went fast and super hard. So, thoughts on this particular issue? Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Dump a bucket of ink on it and be much better. Far finer piece of literature. That's how bad it is. It's actively degenerating my brain to where I can't speak properly.
Yes.
Don't read High Republic, kids. It'll make you...
This is your brain. This is your brain on High Republic. Any questions?
No.
And with that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. Nathan, or Alpharius, sorry, my brain. Alpharius, it was a pleasure to have you on.
Pleasure to be here.
Yes, despite the circumstances of what we had to read. But I hope to see. But it was a pleasure to see you on, and I hope to see you again soon. Hopefully with something good.
Amen.
And with all of that said, though, this has been Ace.
Alpharius.
And we both hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care. Ace out.